LeVar Arrington, Brady Quinn, Jonas Knox with you here. By the way, every goal starts with an assist on and off the field. That's why Haleon and U.S. Soccer are launching For the Assist, a celebration of everyday acts of support that help people achieve their goals with iconic brands like Sensodyne, Tums, Voltaren, Advil, and Centrum. To learn more, go to HaleonAssist.com. Pete Briscoe is going to join us here coming up in a little over 10 minutes from now. Right now, it is time for this.
After your sports weekend, happens. So it's time to get the FSR IR report.
I got up at 3 a.m. to pack to go to Pennsylvania on short notice trip to State College.
What day was this? Today?
Yesterday. And my flights were delayed so badly that I wouldn't have got in at 5 p.m. to go do the interviews with the new coach. I would have got in at 11:50, which I had to jump back on a flight at 1:30 today to get to Vegas for the event in Vegas.
Yeah,
so
I'm going to see you, man.
Yeah, I'm going to see you. Yeah, I'll check you out. So that is my IR.
So where are you right now, LA?
I'm in LA. I'm in studio right now.
Looks good.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, thank you. You say I shaved my neck and I lined my beard. I thought about shaving it off, but I didn't. But anyway, that was my IR. I was driving around the terminal trying to decide, do I still go in and try to get the interview done today?
Can I air out my wife for a second?
Yes, please.
So the Big Ten championship game ends, and honestly, I was in shock. Like, congrats to Indiana. What a game.
What a game.
Yeah. I mean, that team, the coach, everyone, just the players, so awesome to see.
Except that post-game interview.
And I'm like, it's a 3-hour drive back home. It's like 12:30 a.m. I'm like, I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to head back. So I get back, and the door's locked. Like, I can't get in. I don't have a key. And so I call her to come open the door. I thought she'd be happy I was coming back in, even though it was the middle of the night. And she was so disappointed, like upset that I woke her up. I was like, not the appreciation I was hoping for after driving 3 hours and getting in at 3:30 a.m.
I bet you that spoon was good, though. Y'all made up. Blue Chew.
Hey, it's Jonas Knox. Have you heard about Trainer Games? Add this to your binge list this season. 10 athletes will face the toughest job interview in fitness that will push them past physical and mental breaking points with grueling challenges. There can be only one winner who is the fittest of the fit and leave here with an iFit contract worth $250,000. Who will you be rooting for? Get ready for Trainer Games. Streaming on Prime Video starting January 8th. Check out trainergames.com for details.
Makita knows that pros never settle, and neither do we. With Makita, you get tools that perform at the highest level on every job without compromise. Makita is for the most detailed pros, expertly engineered to deliver precision, job after job. When your work calls for the best, call on Makita. Makita, built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hook 'em.
We have an accident reported on the corner of Palmer Lane at Riata Vista Circle, causing no delay right now at this moment. Disabled vehicle did clear out, though, on 290 Toll Road eastbound at Palmer Lane. I'm Alan Craig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is furnished by Genuine.
Now you don't just hear it, you see it. iHeartRadio Highlights brings you the best show moments, the wild takes, hot reactions, and clips everybody's talking about. Search Fox Sports Radio in the iHeartRadio app to experience Fox Sports like never before. Furnished by Genuine.
Raising a family requires lots, and I mean lots, of energy. Quaker's protein products help you to keep things running smoothly. It's the protein you want when wrestling your toddler into their pajamas. There you go, buddy. To coach your 6th graders' soccer team. And to carry all the groceries in one trip. Whether you want instant oatmeal, bars, or granola, Quaker has something for everyone in the family. Try Quaker protein products today. Quaker, bring out the good.
10 athletes will face the toughest job interview in fitness that will push past physical and mental breaking points. You are the fittest of the fit. Only one of you will leave here with an high-fit contract for $250,000.
This is when mindset comes in.
Someone will be eliminated.
Pressure is coming down.
This is Trainer Games.
Watch it on Prime Video starting January 8th.
The holiday hustle is real. The traffic, the crowds, the never-ending to-do list.
And nowhere to park. Perfect.
That's why drivers use ParkWiz. They already save up to 50% when they book ahead. This holiday season, use promo code JINGLE10 in the ParkWiz app for an extra 10% off your next reservation. Because during the holidays, every minute and every dollar counts. ParkWiz. Less circling, more celebrating. Download the ParkWiz app and use code JINGLE10 to save an extra 10% today. Offer valid through December 31st. App reservations only. Limit 1 per user. This winter, the world will be watching the best skaters chase their Olympic dreams. For your child, that dream could start right here at your local rink. Through Learn to Skate USA, kids build strength, confidence, and courage, the same qualities that take athletes to the Olympic ice. Learn to Skate USA offers programs for skaters of all ages and abilities. This is where the journey begins. Find a program near you at learntosskateusa.com, because every champion starts with a first glide.
At Target, great memories start with great prices. Get gingerbread house kits for just $12, plus all the Wondershop baking must-haves. Gather the whole fam, grab some gingerbread kits, and start building sweet moments together. Then keep the joy rolling, baking up tasty treats with Wondershop that'll make the season a blast. Make unforgettable memories with incredible prices on gingerbread kits and Wondershop baking essentials. And step into the holidays, only at Target. Restrictions apply.
Your one stop for advertising? Call 844-844-iHeart.
Peekaboo. Peekaboo. Smile.
Smile, buddy.
Come on, smile. Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy. You know how boys are.
Or maybe he's teething. Oh, poor baby. I think his gums hurt.
Maybe he's just tired.
Or maybe his tummy hurts. He didn't eat that much.
Maybe he's not ticklish.
You think maybe he's scared of the dog?
Maybe he'll outgrow it. Maybe it's a phase. Maybe he just doesn't like smiling.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs or see a doctor today for an autism screening. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better. And it can make a lifetime of difference. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
From the Audio Visual Consultation Studio, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KDET AM Austin. Guaranteed human. Your home for the horns.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the horns, 1300 The Zone.
Good morning, Austin, K-Town, Pflugerville, H-Town, Pearland, Mo City, El Paso,
San Antonio, and Silsbee, Texas.
or wherever you may be listening. This is a Longhorns Monday edition of the Morning Kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. Champions are crowned in their conferences. The college football playoffs are set, and two big names are not in it. A lot of discussion and, of course, some confusion. The Horns know who they will be playing in their own destination. Number 2 Texas women's basketball team beats all over PV, and the Texas men's basketball team plays tonight versus Southern. And, of course, Texas volleyball advances to the regional area, and this is where things get serious. I am your host, Mike Hardball Hardge. My co-host is a WWE Hall of Famer and recognized as the world's strongest man. He is the Mark Henry.
Good morning, Austin.
And, of course, we've got our guy Marcus behind the boards. And if you want to be a part of the show, all you got to do is text the word Texas, followed by your message, to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. That's the word Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. And if you want to voice your opinion, all you got to do is use that talkback feature on the new and improved and always free iHeartRadio app. Tap that red microphone. Leave us a message. If it's good enough, you might even hear it on air. I'm sure we have a lot of discussions to get into today, but none bigger than the college football playoff ranking show that happened yesterday. And let's just say a lot of folks were not happy. Texas wasn't even in the conversation. Some teams got in from some conferences that a lot of people are trying to figure out why, how, and what are we doing. But the biggest story out of it all was the fact that Notre Dame got jumped by Miami to be in the college football playoffs after being behind Miami being behind Notre Dame all the way through the process. And the story that was told to us by Hunter Yurachek talked about, well, all the games were played after Saturday. And I'm like, but those are two teams that weren't playing at all. And if you're going to take consideration into head-to-head, why are you waiting till the final verdict to do that? Because Miami beat Notre Dame early in the year. But Notre Dame was behind Miami the entire time. I mean, Miami was behind Notre Dame the entire time. And now all of a sudden, you can flip them because all the games were played? What does that even mean, Mark?
I have no idea, but I tell you what. Did you see Dick Vitale, who is a Notre Dame guy? His Dickie V was very upset. And he basically said what you just said. Why does that happen? And then he explained that the committee, all of them wanted skin in the game. The reason that you have a James Madison, that you have a Miami, that you have a Tulane is because the only way that they agreed to add more than 4 teams to the playoff is if those conferences that those jurors, if you will, represented had their conference champion got to play in the tournament.
Well, if that's the case,
so if they change the rule, then they could change it again. I expect that next season there'll be the rules are going to change. It's going to be the best teams, not the best conference team, because we all know we're not children. You can't tell us that, hey, you got to go to bed because something big is going to happen at midnight. I'm going to leave it right there. We're not children. We know what's going on. So you cannot. It's against the ethics of sports to allow James Madison to play in front of probably 20 teams.
Dang, don't put that many in front of them.
Yeah, I would say there's 15 to 20 teams that are better than that.
Come on, man.
Same thing with James Madison, Tulane. Like every team in the SEC could beat them. The team that came in dead last will beat James Madison.
Well, you should blame Virginia for losing to Duke.
Every team in the SEC will beat Virginia.
Yeah, but the conference champions of the big four conferences get an automatic bid, right? Unless they have a lower seed than a group of 5. And that's pretty much what it was, is James Madison and Tulane had a higher seed than Duke, which wasn't even seeded. And that's the reason why both of them got in instead of just one.
Well, the thing about Duke is Duke shouldn't have been in the game. The AAC or whatever their conference, or the ACC's conference tiebreakers are what messed that up. There shouldn't have been, the Duke should have never been in that championship game. They got 5 losses. They have 5 losses. That's why Duke couldn't get into the college football playoffs, regardless if they won the conference. So
right.
The ACC.
So that's what I'm saying. All of this is stupid.
It's dumb. This whole thing is broken down in a way that it doesn't make any sense.
Can I bring something to light to you? So you got Texas out. And yeah, I'm a homer. And you start laughing because, hey, man, you just love Texas.
Hey, I get it.
Would you bet your house that James Madison would beat Texas?
Would beat them? No.
Or Tulane?
No.
Or Miami? Or Notre Dame? None of those teams.
I'm not betting my house on those three. But on those other two, I would. But it would be a
hard
small wager, because I would call 1-800.
Call your cousin. Like, everybody knows that watch sports knows that that's a better team. I would say the same thing about Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt will rake the coals with them cats. Same thing, man. There's about Ole Miss. Despite Lane Kiffin being Lane Kiffin, they have a pretty good team.
Yeah.
Like, they have a chance. They can't, none of those teams can beat them. None of them. You come into the season and there are 10 teams that could probably win a national championship. And then maybe 2 surprises. That's your 12.
Yep.
85 other teams that are so-called elite teams in college football, big money donors, great facilities, schools, are in the vying process for a national champion. You know that it's only 12, really 10 that can have a chance out of the 85. They have to change the rules and look with the eyeball test, with the statistics, and use analytics. We use analytics for everything else, but we can't use it for football.
Well, here's the thing: with the analytics, told us the BCS was a problem, so that people were upset about the BCS, so they ended up changing it. We get into a 4-team playoff. We get into BCS was 2 teams. You get into the 4-team playoff. Now we got to add more teams. Now we're up to 12. Now we're going to go to 16. It's a never-ending cycle. But the thing that you said, and Wifey was telling me the exact same thing. She said the problem with all of this is there's a human element that is still involved. There's favoritism. There's homerism. I got to make sure that my team from my conference gets in there because there's money that is involved. When you look at James Madison, I was one of the guys that was big for the little guy. What if these G5, what if all these other teams can get in and maybe shock the world? What I realize is this is not basketball. Basketball is where you get the Cinderella story. Basketball is where you can get a Loyola of Chicago to make a go run with Sister Jean, R.I.P. Sister Jean. You get those opportunities in basketball because it's more of a level. This is not apples to apples when it comes to football. Football is a physical sport. And yes, there are guys that are talented enough that once they go to a small G5, they can go and play at a big D1. But they ain't taking the whole team with them. The whole team is not coming up to that level. So watching a game like James Madison in Oregon, how do you think that's going to go? I haven't even
Oregon
looked at
is
the
going
line.
to score. I don't know what the line, but I would guess the score to be 48-7,
So
48-3.
And here's the other part of this. James Madison's coach is flying to California right now to do an introductory press conference for UCLA, and then he's flying back to try to coach his team. Same thing with Tulane's head coach. How focused is he? He's trying to get a recruiting class figured out. It's so crazy. We're going to continue these conversations. Ole Miss is in without Lane Kiffin, and we'll hear from Coach Sark because Texas has their bold destination. Start packing, folks. You might get to see Disney. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
The Craig Way Show with Craig Way.
Tex Schramm, you'd hear him on with Brad Sham when we had the show and I was the producer for it, called Ask Tex Schramm. This was like 1987. The football Cardinals were moving to Arizona. Brad Sham is doing the show. And so he asked him, he said, well, does that mean also now there'll be a change that the Atlanta Falcons would move from the NFC West to the NFC East? The Texas response was, well, once you're on an airplane, what difference does it make?
Weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. on AM 1300 The Zone.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hook 'em.
Well, good morning. We do have some road debris reported in the left lane blocking. This is going to be 183 northbound at Balcones Woods Drive, so be careful there. An accident reported Palmer Lane at Riata Vista Circle, causing no delay there. I'm Alan Craig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is furnished by Genuine.
Now you don't just hear it, you see it. iHeartRadio Highlights brings you the best show moments, the wild takes, hot reactions, and clips everybody's talking about. Search Fox Sports Radio in the iHeartRadio app to experience Fox Sports like never before.
Furnished by Genuine.
You know, starting my day off on the right foot is a big deal. I have to be on my game to give you infotainment, and that starts by taking care of my heart health. That's why I use Super Beats Heart Chews from Human. Human was actually founded right here at the University of Texas. You've probably seen their logo on the football field and on the volleyball court. Yep, that Human. These chews are clinically shown to promote healthy blood pressure and nearly 2 times more effective than just diet and exercise alone. Thanks to their unique grapeseed extract, they taste great and they're easy to take, and they become a part of my daily routine. Super Beats Heart Chews are also the #1 cardiologist recommended beet brand for heart health support. There's a special offer happening right now and even gives you a 90-day money-back guarantee. Go to human.com/Mike to check it out. That's human.com, Mike, human with 2 N's. Enter the promo code Mike at checkout and get an extra 20% off your first order. Take a simple step to support your heart health with Super Beats Heart Chews.
The world's best male ski racers are racing in the United States in December. The Stiefel Birds of Prey hits Beaver Creek, Colorado, December 4th through 7th. Watch Olympic champions, World Cup winners, and your favorite Stiefel U.S. ski team athletes tackle one of the toughest courses on the planet. Racing for glory and the chance to secure their place in the 2026 Olympics. Don't miss the NBC and CNBC coverage, December 7th and 8th.
This is what they call the hard sell. Sunday Yard Care Holiday Sale. Limited time. Act now.
Yelling about grass feels strange. Let's try that again. Sunday Yard plans give you a thick, healthy yard without pesticides or weekend projects. We analyze your soil and climate, send a simple plan, and you spray it on. No drama.
But wait, there's more.
No, there isn't. This holiday, Sunday plans are 20% off. Buy today and lock in your spring subscription. Sunday, smarter lawn care for less. GetSunday.com.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu, medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Research shows that teens who struggle with their mental health are more likely to use drugs and alcohol. An open and honest conversation can reduce their risk. Get tips to get real at cdc.gov/freemind/parents.
10 athletes will face the toughest job interview in fitness that will push past physical and mental breaking points. You are the fittest of the fit. Only one of you will leave here with an iFit contract for $250,000.
This is when mindset comes in.
Someone will be eliminated.
Pressure is coming down.
This is Trainer Games.
Watch it on Prime Video starting January 8th.
Get into the spirit with Vizio's MyHub, a new, simpler way to find everything you love on Vizio TV this holiday season. MyHub is your destination to discover new movies and shows tailored to you. Find exclusive deals and discounts and keep your favorites organized in one convenient place. Plus, Vizio TVs have all your favorite apps built in, like iHeartRadio, so you can stream that festive music playlist. MyHub makes it simpler to find what you want when you want it. Visit Vizio.com/iHeart and experience entertainment made easy today.
And Doug. Here we have the Limu Emu in its natural habitat, helping people customize their car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. fascinating. It's accompanied by his natural ally, Doug.
Limu, is that guy with the binoculars watching us?
Cut the camera. They see us.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone presents the Craig Way Show. Join Craig Way weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. only on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
To a Longhorn Monday edition of the Morning Kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeart Radio app. Mike Hardball, World Sports, WWE Hall of Fame, Mark Henry, and of course our guy Marcus behind the boards. Make sure you tune in at 8 o'clock. DallasCowboys.com joins us to break down what happened in Detroit, and now the chances are starting to dwindle for the Dallas Cowboys. But they can go on a run and get into the playoff. Maybe.
Why you say it like that?
Because it's an uphill battle when we got people not doing what they supposed to be doing.
Well, we know who that is,
Yeah.
but you know what? I think it'll be together this week.
We'll see. We'll continue those conversations at the top of the hour and in hour number 2. But let's get back to college football, because Texas will now face University of Michigan, and the Cheez-It Bowl. We were talking about it last week. We were talking about the fact that we believe that's what's going to happen if Texas does not get into the college football playoffs. Well, they did not get in there, and it was difficult listening to all that. My man Mark Henry went to social media yesterday to express his disdain for the fact that the Horns aren't in it. But Notre Dame's not in it either. And Notre Dame decided to opt out. I'm taking my ball and I'm going home. And they were one of a bunch of teams to decide to opt out of the opportunity to play in these bowl games. And yet Coach Sark decided, hey, we're going to stay in. But he was asked if he considered opting out of the bowl game.
Yeah, I think a couple things. One, no, we did not. We felt like if we didn't get into the CFP, being right on the cusp, we'd have an opportunity to go to a really good bowl game. And you think about the long-standing history and tradition of the Citrus Bowl with a really quality opponent being in Michigan, coming out of the Big Ten, that this was going to be a great opportunity for us, for our players, for our team. When you really look at our guys last year, we didn't get the bowl experience at all. When you go to the playoffs coming right out of the SEC championship game, we didn't get the bowl experience. And I think that's part of playing college football is getting some of that bowl experience. If we could have earned a bye, we could have got a little different experience, but we didn't. And so, I want our guys to enjoy this, and I feel like it's the right thing for us to do for a lot of reasons. I don't know about the ripple effect for everybody. I think, we all have goals and aspirations of winning conference championships and being national champions. At least we do. But I also think that there's an experience factor on all this. There's growth in all this. There's development in all this. There's camaraderie. There's so much that goes into this, that sometimes a bowl game is about celebrating a season and finishing a season the right way. And like I said, I can't speak for everybody else. That may change some as we evolve potentially into more teams. I don't know. I think we all can agree we've got a flawed system right now that needs to be revamped, needs to be looked at from a lot of different angles. Where it goes from here, I don't think anybody really knows. And so, the point being, I don't know what the effect is going to be down the road. I just know for us, this is an opportunity to play another game against a really good team in a great game, a great bowl game, and we're going to cherish it. We're going to put our best foot forward and try to go win this game.
And the thing, go ahead.
He's saying all the right things, but did you hear what he said though? The thing that just made me laugh. He's a high-level coach, right? One of the top 5 coaches in college football, and he said, "I don't know what we're doing." No, he has no clue
as far as
as how this bowl season stuff is working out.
Yeah, well, and
he have no clue, and that's horrible. If anybody should know, he should know.
Well, I don't think he should know. I don't
Why?
think because the system is flawed. We just talked about it. We talked about how this system is so bad. This is
Coach,
bad.
the top 80 coaches should know.
What do you? I'm
all
confused.
of these teams, the top 80. They say there's 128,
133,
133 teams.
Yeah,
really 80 are elite. That's kind of like what I've gathered from the conversations that I've had with the two high level coaches.
That's a lot of numbers.
High. 80?
Yeah, I mean how much money they put into the program, how much money football brings in and pays for everything else on their university. Those teams.
I don't even think there's that many. I don't think there's that many. There's no way that there are 80 teams.
I don't even think all the teams in the Big Four conferences are all on that level, spend money like that.
They can't. They don't have the bandwidth for that. But to your point, I mean, look, the system is so. Let's get into this because there were 7
He
teams.
flipped his glasses on and off.
Yeah,
for
I
this
saw
one.
that. I saw that.
Well, because look, there are some teams
He confused too.
There were some teams that were going to go to a bowl game with a 5-7 record. You should not be going to bowls. Like this should be not this. You can't have this. This is an embarrassment for college football. This is where we are. So if we're going to be in these types of situations where teams are now declining opportunities, Florida State, Auburn, UCF, Baylor, Kansas, Rutgers, and Temple are teams that are 5-7 that are now being told that now told the bowls, we're not going to accept a bid. Go on about your way. That's a $500,000 fine for these schools. $500,000 for Baylor and K-State for declining an opportunity to go into a bowl game. Then you look at what's going on with the coaching changes. So now you're looking at teams, K-State is out, Iowa State is out, and Notre Dame all decline to not go to bowl games. Now you're starting to look at all these other teams that have qualified for bowls that don't want to play in them. Because, number one, they got to get on recruiting. Number two, they got to make sure that these guys aren't going anywhere. You got to stay ahead of it. The cycle of signing day has ruined it because coaches can't. They got to leave their teams that are now in the playoffs.
Right.
Now they're leaving to go somewhere else, and now they're trying to shuffle that, so they're running 2 households. And you can't do that. It's too difficult to handle that. And then you're trying to have another group of people come in again to try to say, hey, I know we want you to schedule these games because it's great for college football, but we're going to penalize you for scheduling these games because if you don't win them, you lost. So it looks like a loss on your record. Your numbers don't add up. So in a system that we are trying to fix, and I will give them credit because they have adjusted along the way, we need to go to a system almost like the NFL. Well, no matter your record, no matter what's going on, it matters your record. But when you put yourself in a position of success, and we're going to talk NFL in just a minute. We got teams that are 7-6 that are still trying to get it. Mathematically, they're still in it. So you're like, wait, what? How are they still got a chance? Well, there's a percentage on there. Okay, going back to your analytics talk, that's where we are. But as a whole, when you look at college football and the fact that we are now in a bowl, a playoff system, and we're still having a debate about who should be in and who is out, there's got to be a flaw.
You
to
remember
this
though
system.
when we were young, there weren't that many bowls. There was probably like 6-8 bowls.
There's a lot of money involved in all of this.
But now there's like 20 bowls.
There's way too many.
Way too
I
many.
used to love waking up and getting ready to watch the Blue Bonnet Bowl because I knew it was in Houston.
And also the bowls were all on a New Year's.
Right. Now we're getting ready to start playoffs next. We start a bowl, the Cricket Bowl, starts on the 13th. And PV is in it, though. PV is in it, man.
I saw them boys this
They
weekend.
won a championship. So now it's PV and South Carolina State will kick off the bowl season. So we'll start on the 13th and run through January the 2nd, the last bowl game will be the Trust and Will Holiday Bowl with Arizona and SMU on January the 2nd. And don't
Will
forget,
Smith got a bowl?
Yeah, and don't forget about the Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl with Rice and Texas State. That's what I'm talking about. Here we go again. We're lined back up. We're continuing these conversations. Coming up next in the Hard Knocks Life, I'm going to give more thoughts on the committee, but I want you to hear from Kirby Smart, SEC champion Kirby Smart, and his thought about what the SEC is about to do and how they're going to be penalized once again, right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
We do have debris reported in the left lane. This is going to be 183 northbound at Balcones Woods Drive there, so be careful there. Also, an accident reported. Palmer Lane at Riata Vista Circle, causing no delay there. And then finally, disabled vehicle has been cleared out. 290 toll eastbound at Palmer Lane. I'm Alan Craig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is furnished by Genuine.
Now you don't just hear it, you see it. iHeartRadio Highlights brings you the best show moments, the wild takes, hot reactions, and clips everybody's talking about. Search Fox Sports Radio in the iHeartRadio app to experience Fox Sports like never before.
Furnished by Genuine.
Seeking a true Texas original? Since 1981, the Yellow Rose Cabaret holds the historic title of the state's oldest continuously running strip club. For over 4 decades, our iconic North Lamar location has been the destination for unforgettable nights. We feature Austin's most stunning entertainers, exclusive private dances, a vibrant atmosphere, and a full-service bar and kitchen. This is living Texas history. Don't just hear the legend, be a part of it. Experience the one and only Yellow Rose.
Get your mother-loving ears on because your big-time radio DJ's got news. PayPal lets you choose how you want to pay for all the stuff. With PayPal, I can pay in-store, pay online, or pay over time. What's that? You want this translated into song? I hope you're sitting down. You can pay your own way. You keep those ears on, you hear? Don't just pay, baby. PayPal.
Learn more at paypal.com.
It is tough to go outside these days. Hey, that's understandable given how hot it is. But there is definitely a way to beat the heat. A trip to Inner Space Caverns in Georgetown. Inner Space Caverns is a great place to take the family. You'd be amazed at all of the beautiful formations, large rooms, prehistoric animal bones, and all kinds of creations with a truly unique discovery story right here in the Austin area in the year-round temperature of a very comfortable 72 degrees. You can check out the super exciting saber-tooth zip ride or pan for gemstones. Take the wild cave tour or the hidden passages tour. And there's a great souvenir gift shop and newly remodeled restrooms. Get out of the house, but get out of the heat and get some fresh air underground. Inner Space Caverns, right off I-35 at exit 259 in Georgetown. That's Inner Space Caverns. For more details, check them out on the web at innerspacecaverns.com. Inner Space Caverns. Check it out. Your adventure awaits.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a best man speech, but getting one from some random +1.
I can't believe I'm standing here today. Seriously, why am I standing here?
Don't settle for just any insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Medicare's annual enrollment period is the one time each year for people to review their coverage and ensure it still works for them. Premiums, prescriptions, and provider networks can shift from year to year. With more, here's Blake Amos, Medicare expert with HealthSpring.
Medicare enrollment is an important opportunity to make sure your plan still matches your health and budget needs. Even if you are satisfied with your current coverage, it's smart to check for updates so you are not caught off guard by unexpected costs or limited access.
The Medicare annual enrollment period runs through December 7th. It's a time for people with original Medicare to consider supplemental coverage or explore Medicare Advantage plans. It's important to research and understand these different options to find the right fit.
When comparing plans, look closely at monthly premiums, deductibles, and which prescriptions are covered. Also, check that your doctors and hospitals are in network. Taking the time to compare options now helps avoid costly surprises later.
To learn more about Medicare annual enrollment, visit healthspring.com.
Spurs visit the Pelicans tonight. Victor Wembanyama and Stephon Castle were full participants in practice yesterday. Texans picked off Patrick Mahomes 3 times in a 20-10 win over the Chiefs. Houston has won 5 straight, improved to 8-5. Longhorns remain 13 in the final college football playoff rankings. Will face Michigan in the Citrus Bowl December 31st. I'm Ron Moss.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Despite wintry conditions and heavy traffic, the holidays have to go on. That's why Mercedes-Benz SUVs come equipped with the latest safety technology to keep your festive plans on track. Discover the incredible offers for yourself at the Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration.
Your holiday to-do list can be longer than Santa's. Between the shopping, the decorating, kids' concerts, and, oh yeah, keeping the magic alive. iHeartRadio is here to bring the joy to your busy days with commercial-free Christmas stations like iHeart Christmas. 4 dozens of playlists so you can pick and match your holiday vibe. Open your free iHeart app and search Holiday to explore stations, playlists, and more.
Back to Hardge and Henry in the morning kickoff on 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app. I wanted to give my thoughts on the committee and what can happen next. As we've talked about numerous times, and we continue to look at ways to work this out, one of the biggest problems that we've seen throughout this is the rankings and how they are being distributed. When you come up with the rules and say, we are going to go with head-to-head and we're going to go with strength of schedule and we're going to go through all these different things, but yet you wait till the last minute to decide to flip a team because all of the games are being played or have been played, that is the weakest argument that you can possibly have because of the head-to-head. Because the same way you moved Texas last week ahead of Vanderbilt because they beat Vanderbilt, now you're saying, oh, yeah, we waited till the last minute on Notre Dame and Miami because that was the final game that was played of the day. Well, I'm still confused about it. And as Texas fans, we're going to move forward to next season in the SEC. And now we're on the board of talking about possibly dropping a certain game against a big name opponent because it's all going to change. Well, Kirby Smart got on his soapbox and talked about how tough I know a lot of people keep saying the SEC is not that tough. The Big Ten is catching up. No, they're not. The SEC week in and week out has to go to battle. At the top, yes, you have your top teams in the Big Ten. But throughout the conference, if we were to match them up, it would be a long day for a lot of teams. And now the SEC is going to the model of 9 conference games. And Kirby Smart talked about the 9 conference games and what this last weekend showed.
I'm going to jump on a soapbox now because I'm going to take your question and run with it, but I want to give you a hypothetical. Okay, that was the 9th game of our SEC schedule, right? So now just imagine that was the 9th game of the season for everybody in the SEC, and everybody played another SEC game. Now, I'm not saying it was on this week. I'm saying it was on a previous week. So that's 8 more losses, right? 16 teams. It's 8 more losses in our league. So 1 team, 2 teams. Let's say this last weekend it was Oklahoma and Ole Miss or whoever hadn't played yet. They played and they got losses. And then they're going to go to the SEC championship and play another game. Those 2 teams were beat up tonight, and that was the 9th game of the year. And we're looking at next year having another game. I mean, the coaches in our league are concerned about it, very concerned about it. And I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't speak my piece and say that it's concerning. Because if that game affects Alabama, I don't know if it will or not. I have no say-so in it. I've sat in those shoes many times where that game cost you an opportunity. But hypothetically, every team just played another game in their 9th game. So there's 8 more losses. Who just dropped out? All right. And then there's another game, SEC championship. It's tough. It was physical out there tonight, and they were wounded. We were wounded. I got a lot of respect. Noah Thomas tried to go. He had back spasms. He wasn't able to really go. We were without multiple guys on. I mean, you're just beat up.
And the thing about it is going to continue to be that way. When you start to look at how these things are being broken down, and you look at where we are in this quote-unquote playoff scenario, it is going to be a difficult find because of this. When you also look at Coach Sark yesterday was asked, would you consider doing a play-in game to get into the college football playoffs?
I'd be interested in a lot of things, but again, I think we just can't rush to let's go over here and do this. If we don't look at the unintended consequences of doing something like that. And I think some of the things with us going to the 12-team playoff with some of the AQs and some of the formatting of how teams were going to get evaluated and what was the criteria and the principles of teams getting elected to play. I think that needs to be evaluated first before we start talking about more teams, before we start talking about playing games, who's playing in, how do you earn those opportunities? Like those are the things, because I think there's unintended consequences that come with everything. And we have to drill all the way down on this stuff because we're finding out there were some unintended consequences with this format that they're going to have to work themselves through. And so there's a lot of work to be done, and we've got some great people working on this stuff. Don't get me wrong. The leadership is really good, but we can be better. Just like we can be better as a football program, I think the CFP can be better, and I think we all can probably agree on that. But I think what's important is not just to rush to judgment. Let's take our time. Let's get it right, or at least let's get it better the next time around.
Coach Sark is a great politician as well. I mean, he's optimistic too. He speaks from a standpoint of, guys, let's just get along. And the world needs more Coach Sarks and less Mark Henrys, because if it was left up to me, I would be like, look, the eyeball test is good with me. I know what I see. I'm not blind. You trying to pull the wool over my eyes. We know who's good enough to win and who's not. And we're not doing it because we don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. But how everybody get a trophy.
But how would you consider it hurting people's feelings? The reality of
telling you, I'm gonna tell you, James Madison, you're not good enough. You can't beat Texas. You can't beat Notre Dame. You can't beat Alabama. I'm sorry, you just don't meet the criteria. Well, but we won more games. Yeah, okay. They said this beginning of the season. Your strength of schedule. Schedule somebody good and beat them. Yeah, you're going to have losses on the way. Sometimes your quarterback might not play. Your kicker shank one. Stuff happens. But you know, Hardge, in your heart of hearts, that Notre Dame was good enough. That Texas was good enough. James Madison is not. Coastal Carolina is not. Texas beat Oklahoma. Oklahoma beat Alabama. Should Alabama even been in the first place? You see what I'm saying? Like the who beat who and the strength of schedule should be the deciding factor.
You said, should Alabama be in the first place? And I would say yes. Let me tell you why. Because they shouldn't have been able to play. There shouldn't have been a championship game. That is the solution. Don't play any more.
Take them out.
Take all the championship games out of there, and you just go by the record to figure out who the champion is.
There you go. I'm with it.
Because now it creates this monster of all these other things. The big thing is
name the champion. That's do it with the eyeballs.
But money.
Agree. But how much money is really being made? That's the thing.
All money ain't good money, Marcus.
But money.
Dominoes. Turn it over. Coming up next, let me read them. Coming up next, we're going to close out hour number one. But Texas women basketball handled their business, and we're going to let you hear about it right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
The voice of the Horns, Craig Way on 1300 The Zone, weekdays at 2.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hug 'em.
We do have debris reported in the left lane. This is going to be 183 northbound at Balcones Woods Drive there, so be careful there. Also, an accident reported. Palmer Lane at Riata Vista Circle, causing no delay there. And then finally, disabled vehicle has been cleared out, 290 toll eastbound at Palmer Lane. I'm Alan Craig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is furnished by Genuine.
Now you don't just hear it, you see it. iHeartRadio Highlights brings you the best show moments, the wild takes, hot reactions, and clips everybody's talking about. Search Fox Sports Radio in the iHeartRadio app to experience Fox Sports like never before.
Furnished by Genuine.
Mark Henry here. Did you know that since 1936, Shipley's Donuts has been a Texas tradition? And now Dripping Spring is waking them up. They serve fresh, hot-baked donuts, kolaches, and hot coffee. Get out to 13341 West Highway 290 in Dripping Springs. They open bright at 5 a.m. Grab you a dozen. Okay, grab 2 dozen, but I suggest more than one at least. Shipley's Donut. You can order them online at shipleysdonuts.com or on the Shipley's app. Start happy, stay happy. Shipley's Donuts, West Highway 290 in Dripping Springs.
10 athletes will face the toughest job interview in fitness that will push past physical and mental breaking points. You are the fittest of the fit. Only one of you will leave here with an iFit contract for $250,000.
This is when mindset comes in.
Someone will be eliminated.
Pressure is coming down.
This is Trainer Games.
Watch it on Prime Video starting January 8th.
Every now and then I rinse it out, and I need Downy rinse tonight, and I need it more. My king was the bed and the smell never leaves. I don't know what to do. I'm always in the dark. The sweat and that short smells like a dog park. I'm Downy rinsing tonight.
Downy Rinse fights stubborn odors in just one wash. When impossible odors get stuck in,
Rinse it out.
Thanks to Total Wine, you saved more on all the gifts for the ones you adore. Wine, spirits, beers, all nestled on shelves. Got some advice from our helpful elves. Oh, so many gifts to explore when you go to Total Wine and More. Bottles so delightful, whoa. Priced so amazingly low.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine and More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. But wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
The holidays get hectic fast. That's why I start with AirTasker, where you can get anything done. From decorating and cleaning to assembling furniture, wrapping gifts, or running last-minute errands, local taskers make it all happen. I just post my tasks, set my budget, and actually have time to enjoy the season. I even got someone to dress up as Santa for my dog's photo shoot. This year, my holidays look amazing without the stress. Download the AirTasker app or go to airtasker.com. AirTasker, get anything done.
At Leaf Johnson Ford in Austin, Manor, and Buda.
You'll love it at Leaf.
That's right. You'll love it at any Leaf Johnson location. What you see is what you pay with no hidden add-ons. We're here to help you through the entire process in person at one of our 3 locations, or we'll bring it to you and do the entire transaction online.
You'll love it at Leaf.
Visit one of our 3 locations in Austin, Buda, or Manor, or online at leafjohnsonford.com.
Your love it athlete.
Your one stop for advertising? Call 844-844-iHeart.
From the audio-visual consultation studio, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KVET AM Austin. Guaranteed human. Your home for the Horns.
Many of our U.S. veterans and service members face challenges. At the Bob Woodward Foundation, we invest in solutions to help support them in the next chapter of their lives. Learn more about our work at bobwoodwardfoundation.org/success.
Longhorns baseball plays here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
Harmon with a steal. Speaking of point guards, here's Rory. Off another steal. She'll lay it in. To the left side with its lead. Stutter step dribble. Down the lane. Dumped it underneath to Cunningham, who scores. Across the floor to Grace Printer. Here's Printer. Driving down the lane. Runner off the glass. 2 for Grace. Rory, right side. Drives to the baseline. Bounce pass to the Cunningham, who gets the bucket and 1. Off to Harmon in the corner. Lee, a good look for 3, and it's there. The first 3-point shot to go down for Texas today. Shields to the right side. Can't get around Harmon. Down to 2. And then Rory blocked her shot. Pulled down by Booker. Lead pass to the cutting Jordan Lee, who scores. 10 on the shot clock, trying to drive on Booker, and then Madison blocks her shot, takes it away. Here's Book. 3 on 2. Booker dumps it underneath. Sidbury scores. 5 to shoot. Allen drops it off. Wilson glances at the shot clock, and the ball knocked out of her hands by Harmon. Another steal from Rory. Lead pass. Booker going one-on-one. Step through and around Wilson to score off the glass. Out to Grace Printer. Printer with a bounce pass. Cunningham one more time with a drop step. She scores. 30 for Brea. 101 for Texas. Vic Schaefer says that's enough. So Longhorns will get to 10-0. And what a day today for the Longhorn Post. Kyla Oldacre had 17 points in the fourth quarter. But Rhea Cunningham, a career-high 30 to go with the rebounds. Final score this afternoon, Texas 101 and Prairie View A&M 42.
Prairie View A&M came in and got their check, and then they were out of there. Texas had 70 points in the paint. 70 of their 101 points were in the paint, and they were led by Brea Cunningham with 30 points and 14 rebounds, and she met with Craig Ray right after the game.
Now, when we last visited a couple of weeks ago, you said always seemed to come up 1 point or 1 rebound short of the double-double. You took care of that relatively early. I wanted to get you to discuss how that game was really coming to you early on today.
Yeah, I think I'm just getting the flow for the game, getting used to how fast we play and stuff. I think I struggled earlier in the season with getting in the way of the plays and stuff and knowing where I'm supposed to be. So I think just us playing together, and we're playing more like a team. Right now, our cohesiveness is really good. So I think that's, yeah.
Do you like the pace of play and once you adjusted to it?
Yeah. It took a while. Those first couple games I was kind of lost, but once we started playing well and playing as a team and playing hard, it kind of came easy. So, yeah.
Now, you and Kyla have spelled each other nicely, but it was really cool to see the both of you out there going. The two of you combined for 47 a day. Is that something that the two of you like when you're both out there together?
Yeah, we were talking about that in shoot-around today. When he said that he's going to play us both together, we were excited. So hopefully he lets us do that more. Yeah, I think we just have fun when we're both out there at the same time. So yeah.
I always feel compelled to ask somebody after they finish their first fall semester at Texas, how did everything go for you? Not at the classroom, everything your first semester.
Pretty good. I made it out okay. So
that's the main thing. You made it out okay, right?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Bray. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
That was good.
I love that, man.
Yeah,
I love that.
The authenticness.
You know what, Hardge? There are some players that just play better together. And I remember hearing Magic Johnson talk about, even though Kareem was the best player that he ever played on a team with, he said that the relationship that he had with James Worthy was like they didn't think. They just existed great together.
Yeah.
It was impossible to stop both of us.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you get with Oldacre and Preston.
Well,
they just have a bond.
Well, they're gonna get an opportunity to find out exactly how good they are when they continue their schedule and go up against some of these tougher teams, especially when you get back into the SEC. Brea Cunningham and Kyla Oldacre combined for 47, as you heard from Craig Way, and they combined for 20 rebounds. So that's putting in work.
Yeah.
You got Madison Booker, who had a double-double again, 13 points, 12 rebounds, and your girl Roy Harmon had 10 assists, Mark, and 2 steals. So she continues to play high-level basketball. She actually had 9 rebounds too. So she was close to a triple-double.
It takes the pressure off of the elite players on the team when you have performances like that.
Yeah.
Because now you got to go to film study, and you're working through your team, and the coach is like, hey, we really got to stay close to this 30 right here, and we got to make sure that the point guard is accounted for, and then you have that happen where Oldacre and Preston go for 47 points, and you just go, wait a minute,
Yeah.
what do we do now?
Right.
So it's great to have that problem for Coach Vic.
So on Wednesday, they travel to UTRGV. They go down to Edinburgh, Texas, to go take on UTRGV. But then on Sunday, the 14th, they have their biggest matchup against Baylor at the Dickies Arena in the Sprouts Farmers Market ESPNW Invitational. That game will tip off at noon on Sunday, which is going to be a big game for them because the Baylor Bears are playing some really good basketball right now. And you know there's always a battle when it comes to Texas and Baylor. So that will be a big matchup for them. Tonight we have Texas basketball, Texas men's basketball, that could be heard right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone and on 98.1 KVET with the voice of the Texas Longhorns, Craig Way. You can also listen to Craig Way this afternoon for the Craig Way Show from 2 to 5 with he and Jake Herman as they break down everything. I'm sure Craig's going to talk about Texas and what's going on with Texas and how Texas is dealing with the thought of not being in the college football playoffs. We're going to continue those conversations. But coming up at the top of the hour, we will have our interview with our guy, Tommy Yarish of DallasCowboys.com as he breaks it down on the Cowboys. But I wanted to bring this up, too, before we go to break and go into hour number 2. Texas volleyball. Texas volleyball handled their business as they swept Florida A&M, and then they swept number 25, Penn State. Penn State was swept by Texas at the Gregory Gym, and now they have advanced again to the next round, and they will be hosting the Sweet 16 here at Gregory Gym again, and they will face Indiana in the third round. Indiana is number 15th ranked in the nation, and Texas continues their quest to get back to that national championship
Straight
game.
dominating.
Absolutely. This is where the money count, right? They can lose some games here and there. They lost that game to Kentucky for the championship of the SEC. But now it's time to go to work, and that's exactly what they did. Your boy Marcus Spears was in the stands going crazy as always. Hour number 1 is in the books. Hour number 2 is just around the corner. DallasCowboys.com. Tommy Yarish joins us to talk about what happened in Detroit. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Hardge here, and Christmas time is here at Covert Chevy Hutto. They're celebrating all season with big holiday savings all month long. Right now, get $12,090 off of MSRP on a new 2025 Chevy Silverado 1500 Custom. And if you're hauling family, gifts, and the whole crew, get a new 2025 Chevy Suburban High Country for $9,308 off of MSRP. No rush, no crowds, just powerful Chevys, hometown hospitality, and the year-end deals worth unwrapping. And that's at Covert Chevy Hutto, right off Highway 79. CovertChevyHutto.com. Together, let's drive.
The world's best male ski racers are racing in the United States in December. The Stiefel Birds of Prey hits Beaver Creek, Colorado, December 4th through 7th. Watch Olympic champions, World Cup winners, and your favorite Stiefel U.S. ski team athletes tackle one of the toughest courses on the planet. Racing for glory and the chance to secure their place in the 2026 Olympics. Don't miss the NBC and CNBC coverage December 7th and 8th. Remember who taught you your ABCs? Who showed you kindness and sharing? That was Sesame Street. And today, Sesame Workshop is still helping children around the world grow smarter, stronger, and kinder.
But Elmo can't do it alone.
This holiday season, Sesame needs your support. Donate now at sesame.org/iHeart. That's SESAME.org/iHeart. Because the world needs Sesame, and Sesame needs you.
Elmo loves you. Thanks for making a difference.
Every Olympic dream starts with a first glide. Through Learn to Skate USA, kids build confidence, strength, and joy on the ice. Learn to Skate USA offers programs for skaters of all ages and abilities. Find a program near you at learntosskateusa.com.
If you've been diagnosed with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, this is what it sounds like to be 1,000,000 miles away. Imagine being 1,000,000 miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy. With Tremfya, clearer skin is possible. In clinical trials, at least 70% of patients saw at least 90% clearer skin at 16 weeks. Results may vary. Tremfya is also indicated for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Call 1-800-526-7736 or visit tremfya.com.
It's the game's final seconds, and the score is tied. But wait, another trip to the bathroom?
Don't miss the game's best moments because of frequent bathroom breaks. Introducing prostate artery embolization from ARA Diagnostic Imaging, a leader in PAE, a non-surgical treatment for enlarged prostate that helps reduce urgent urination with low risk of sexual side effects. Visit osrad.com/PAE to take a quick self-assessment. ARA, leaders in medical imaging.
Holidays can get expensive, but streaming your favorite festive films and music doesn't need to be. The Vizio Smart TV experience makes it easy with WatchFree Plus and the iHeartRadio app built into every TV, giving you access to free holiday classics, new favorites, and playlists all season long. Add movies to your watch list and jump in anytime. Perfect for family movie nights and cozy evenings in. You can even take WatchFree Plus on the go with the Vizio mobile app. Head to Vizio.com/iHeartRadio to learn more and take advantage of the Vizio Smart TV experience today.
Make iHeartRadio your #1 holiday app. Hundreds of non-stop Christmas stations like iHeart Christmas and festive playlists are waiting. Open the app, search holiday, and press play. From the audio-visual consultation studio, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KDET AM Austin. Guaranteed human. Your home for the horns.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the horns, 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to hour number 2 of the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app. In hour number 1, we talked about the debacle of the college football playoffs. They got it right, but did they really get it all the way right? We also talked about the champions, and I gave my thoughts on what we've seen. And 8:17, we'll talk more NFL. But right now, we're going to go up to Dallas and talk to our guy, Tommy Yarsh of DallasCowboys.com. You can follow him at Tommy_Yarsh. And Tommy, what exactly did we see on Thursday in Detroit as the Cowboys came up short 44-30 in a game that everyone thought was a must-win situation for both teams?
Well, we saw them finish -3 in the turnover margin, and that's never a good thing, much less against a team like the Detroit Lions that can be very explosive on offense. We saw the Lions really respect Dallas's interior run defense because they were getting their guys in space and they were doing everything they could to produce offense outside of their between the tackles running. And we saw, just an unfortunate series of events that ultimately led to Dallas losing that game. They just didn't play their best ball whatsoever. You can't put the ball on the ground 3 times and turn it over twice on fumbles, once on fumbles, and then the 2 interceptions weren't great either. You lose CeeDee Lamb, who was on his way to another pretty high day, another 100-yard plus game already, but it looked like he could have gone for 200, and it just wasn't their night, and on a night where it needed to be their night. So that was what made it all the more unfortunate for them.
It looked like that the Cowboys ran into just a better team. And sometimes you just have that. Do you feel like that the Cowboys are still a year away now, or that they just had an off night?
No, I think you're right, Mark. I think they did run into a better team. A year off, to the year off question, I'd say a year off from what? From being a playoff team, or from being yeah, I think so. I don't think this is going to be a playoff team this year. Had they started the year with Quinn Williams, I'd probably say this is a playoff team. But since that was a midseason acquisition, I don't think so. I think that's okay. I think that you go into the reason they made that trade was for the present and the future. So you're starting to see a little bit of what is to come. And now it's, all right, what do they supplement this roster with in free agency and in the draft to be able to make a playoff run next year and try to achieve their goals?
We're talking to Tommy Yarsh of DallasCowboys.com. You can follow him at Tommy_Yarsh. And Tommy, I'm looking at this team in a different light because the opportunities were there. I do not think that Detroit was a better team. They were reeling. They were having a tough go about it. The Cowboys, as you said, lost CeeDee Lamb, but we had a mysterious way that George Pickens was playing the other night. There was a ball that was thrown deep. If he catches that changes the game. He didn't even make an effort for it. Some of the slant routes, he didn't seem like he was being aggressive to the football. What happened with Pickens in that game? Because normally when CD goes out, he steps up.
Yeah, I just don't think it was his night. I think Detroit did a good job of covering the slants, and one of the interceptions came on that slant route because they doubled it, and then Pickens just couldn't hold on. It popped in the air, and they get an interception. And then the deep ball, I never really got a good view of it. I didn't know if that was one where he just pulled up on it or what it was. But once CD went out, they started clouding Pickens, so that's why Ryan Fanoy goes out and has a 100+ yard game for the second time this year. So it was a mixture of a lot of different things. But yeah, I think George Pickens would tell you it probably wasn't his best game. And Dak Prescott was saying it after the game. I don't know if it was as much effort. I know that's what a lot of people were talking about, and certainly Pickens had some thoughts on Instagram the other day to Richard Sherman and the likes of that. But if that was George Pickens' worst game, and you look at the whole body of work that he's put up this season, I think you can live with it.
Well, I'm y'all talking about the offense, and 30 points should be enough to win. The Cowboys had no answer for Amon-Ra St. Brown, and they also had no answer for the running game. The defense failed miserably against Detroit, who I felt like they had 2 awful games, and they needed to bounce back. And the pride of the coach, being a former Cowboy, he really had them up for the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this has kind of started to become a rivalry a little bit in the NFC. I think after that game in 2023 where the Lions lost it on the controversial call, and I mean, look, Dan Campbell is a heck of a coach, guys, and that offense is unbelievable. I think Jahmyr Gibbs is the best running back in the NFL. He's the fastest player certainly at his position in the league, and just what he can do in space. The agility that he has, the cuts that he can make is it all put together is just beautiful to watch. And so when you have that combined with Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jamison Williams, this is a fast team. And Dallas just didn't have a lot of great matchups for. I mean, you saw the crossing route to Williams on that late third down in the fourth quarter that essentially stopped all of Dallas's momentum. It seemed like every time the Cowboys had a counterpunch, Detroit was able to land another one. And so ultimately that's what I think led to those 44 points. But yeah, it wasn't their best night at all defensively. I think that's because the Lions took advantage of some of their weaknesses on the defensive side of the ball.
So let me ask you this, Tommy, because the Cowboys now will take on the Minnesota Vikings. Another Sunday night game. They're primetime Cowboys taking on the Vikings. They got the Chargers, the Commanders, and the New York Giants. The Commanders are dealing with the injury with Jaden Daniels. We'll figure out what's going on with the Chargers tonight as we watch them go up against Philadelphia. But the Minnesota Vikings, big win yesterday, or played well yesterday with J.J. McCarthy. What are your thoughts on where the Cowboys can finish up if they can win all of those games?
Well, if they can win all those games, they're going to be praying that Philadelphia is losing a lot of these games down the stretch, because that's their only chance right now, I think, at the playoffs. I mean, you just look at the NFC yesterday. The Bears are the number one seed in the NFC at the start of the day, and they dropped to the final spot in the wild card after losing a one-score game to the Packers. That's just how loaded it is. It's 10, 11 wins, and you somehow might not make the playoffs in the NFC this year. So if you're the Cowboys, your road to the playoffs now is winning the division, and that means you're going to root for Philadelphia to lose tonight, and I'm sure Cowboys fans root for that every week, but you especially root for that tonight. And then Dallas basically needs to win out and have Philadelphia drop. I think it would be one or two more so they can overtake them in the division.
That'll be unbelievable if they can do that. But like you said, we'll have to see what Philadelphia looks like tonight. If they lose that, it's still not a divisional game, but they have been struggling a little bit. When you look at this secondary for the Dallas Cowboys, obviously there were some guys being exposed last week. And just when you thought that they were playing better, there were still some flaws that were in there. Do you see the Cowboys going for a defensive back in the draft or possibly in free agency?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They've been banged up at the position all year. They need depth there. That's absolutely a place where if Dallas wants to spend one of their 2 first-round picks, I wouldn't be surprised at all. There are a couple guys that I really like in this draft process already. Mansour Delane is probably my favorite guy at the position right now at LSU. I think that would be an excellent pick. But there's going to be their fair share of guys in the first round at corner that could make sense. It's one of the better position groups in this year's class, I think. And it absolutely is the spot. They paid Deron Bland. Who knows what's going to happen with Trayvon Diggs? Is that a guy that maybe they move on from after this year? And then, I think Savone Rebel has looked pretty good to start out the year. I don't think he had his best game against Detroit, but I think he's going to be promising once he continues to get healthy and continues to get snaps under his belt. So they have some guys there, but you certainly want to build a little bit more depth, especially considering the injury history that you have there. But absolutely, yes, that's definitely a spot they need to hit, whether it be in the draft or free agency or both.
Hard. I laugh when you said absolutely, because Hard asked the question, do you think that they should go in the draft or free agent? You say absolutely. They should do both. This secondary 100%. Is depleted, and they need to do something. What do you think about moving up to get Downs as safety?
I think it depends how far you move up and what you give up. If you send your other first-round pick, I don't think it's worth it. And the Cowboys don't have a second or a third-round pick this year. I don't believe, if I'm remembering correctly. So
no, they have 3 fifth rounds.
There you go. So if you're going to package something together, what would you send? And that would be my question. Taking a safety in the top 5, that's probably not great. Top 10, even still, is pushing it. And I'm a big Downs fan. But I think there are other guys in this class you can get at safety that can get the job done for you, because that certainly is another position where I think Dallas needs to take a hard look at this offseason.
Yeah, they're going to take a hard look at a lot of different things, because My nerves are getting bad, and it's hard for me to stay up every weekend watching this, knowing that they had an opportunity to close the gap on the Philadelphia Eagles and the rest of the NFC. As always, Tommy, man, we appreciate you taking the time.
Tommy.
And we look forward to hopefully having a better conversation next week after that game against Minnesota.
All righty, guys. I appreciate y'all. Have a good day.
You too. You too. Tommy Yarge of DallasCowboys.com, keeping it 100 when it comes to what's going on with the Cowboys. Coming up next, we're going to talk about the NFL. Some guys did some things yesterday, and there is a conspiracy going on in the NFL that may need to be investigated. Oh, yeah. And it happened. And guess where it happened at? I'll tell you right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Coach Sark here. Stay connected to the Longhorns on the free iHeartRadio app.
Breaks a tackle, 30, turns down the sidelines. Say goodnight to this one. Touchdown, Texas.
Just search 1300 The Zone. Hook 'em.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hook 'em.
Good news on the roads. The road did clear out on 183 northbound at Balcones Woods Drive. This was debris in the left lane. And then in the right lane, road cleared out there too. 183 northbound at Anderson Mill Road. That was debris too. I'm Alan Craig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is furnished by Genuine.
Now you don't just hear it, you see it. iHeartRadio Highlights brings you the best show moments, the wild takes, hot reactions, and clips everybody's talking about. Search Fox Sports Radio in the iHeartRadio app to experience Fox Sports like never before.
Furnished by Genuine.
At halftime, everyone becomes a philosopher. They need to run more. How about blitz more? And you throw it to the one guy. You know the guy. No matter what your expert analysis is, Bud Light keeps the conversation flowing, sometimes logically and sometimes not at all, but always deliciously. Because Bud Light is the official domestic beer of Texas football. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Please enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Get your mother-loving ears on because your big-time radio DJ's got news. PayPal lets you choose how you want to pay for all the stuff. With PayPal, I can pay in-store, pay online, or pay over time. What's that? You want this translated into song? I hope you're sitting down. You can pay your own way. You keep those ears on, you hear? Don't just pay, baby. PayPal.
Learn more at paypal.com.
10 athletes will face the toughest job interview in fitness that will push past physical and mental breaking points. Only one will leave with an iFit contract worth $250,000. This is Trainer Games. Watch it on Prime Video starting January 8th.
Honey, that flu keeping you up? Did you take NyQuil Intense Flu?
Nah, I got this. Okay, I don't got this.
Yeah, you need NyQuil Intense Flu.
Undo your flu with NyQuil Intense Flu. NyQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms so you can sleep.
You do got this.
NyQuil Intense Flu. The nighttime sniffling, aching fever. Best sleep with the flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
From first call to final invoice, Wex Field Service Management helps contractors grow their trade businesses. Whether you're at the job site or back at the office, you'll have a partner that understands your needs. Imagine techs effortlessly dispatched, your customer proposals drafted and signed, and payments transactions happening instantly, all within one simple solution. Now every day can be your best day. Book a demo today at wexfsm.com.
If a Lenovo gaming computer is on your holiday list, don't shop around. Just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com. It's your last chance to score exclusive deals on the gaming PCs you want, like the Lenovo Legion Tower 5 Gen 10 gaming desktop and Lenovo Lock gaming laptop. So avoid all that shopping chaos and price comparing, and just go directly to the source, Lenovo.com, where PCs are up to 35% off.
That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo.
And Doug. Here we have the Limu Emu in its natural habitat, helping people customize their car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Fascinating. It's accompanied by his natural ally, Doug.
Limu, is that guy with the binoculars watching us?
Cut the camera. They see us.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Raising a family requires lots, and I mean lots, of energy. Quaker's protein products help you to keep things running smoothly. It's the protein you want when wrestling your toddler into their pajamas. There you go, buddy. To coach your 6th graders soccer team. And to carry all the groceries in one trip. Whether you want instant oatmeal, bars, or granola, Quaker has something for everyone in the family. Try Quaker protein products today. Quaker, bring out the good.
Texas women's basketball plays here.
To the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. Shout out to our guy Tommy Yars of DallasCowboys.com. You can follow him at Tommy_Yars as he breaks it all down. We talked a lot about college football. We'll continue those conversations throughout the week because there is a lot to break down. But right now we're going to go to the NFL. The NFL was hot and heavy yesterday. And Mark, I want to get your thoughts on what you saw from Shedeur Sanders in his game against
Cleveland
against his partner Cam Ward, quarterback for the Titans. Titans get their second win, 31-29. That's expected. A lot of people are looking at it and saying, "Oh, two bad teams." We even talked about it on the way out. But you sat here and you understood that this was going to be a matchup for the ages. For the ages, it went to Shedeur Sanders, 364 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 rushing, most by any rookie quarterback. First rookie quarterback to go for over 300 yards in a game. He was doing everything he could to battle to get his team back. They go for the touchdown. They get the touchdown. Great, perfect pass from Shedeur. And then they decide to run one of the dumbest trick plays on the goal line in a situation where your quarterback is on fire and you take him out on an opportunity to tie the ball game up. Is Kevin Stefanski still working this morning? Did his key card work this morning?
Well,
fire that man, Smithers.
Well, I'm gonna go by right now and say that you asked me a question and I'm supposed to answer without cursing.
Well, yeah, don't cuss, man.
Don't cuss?
I mean,
okay. Well, I won't cuss. Kevin Stefanski, however you say his name, is rotten. He is intentionally sabotaging Shedeur Sanders. It's blatantly obvious. Their own fans. All you got to do is pull up the Cleveland Browns and go to their fan pages, and everybody is going, "What are we doing?" And you know what they're doing. We already, even the media, like they asked him questions to incite a riot. It's like he's in a bad place. I wish.
I don't think it's to incite a riot. It's like, what are you doing? What answer the question?
What is he gonna say? You know that he's a coach's kid. He's not gonna say something inflammatory.
Oh, you talking about they're asking Shedeur?
They're asking Shedeur.
I'm talking about.
But they need to ask him. They need to ask him because he said that he was handing over the play calling duties to the OC. And yet when the guys in the media asked him who made that call, he said, "Me. That was on me." Why is he making calls if somebody else is their job to do it? Why? Unless
because he's the head coach.
Well, he's the head coach, but he also. I'm gonna make the call on this. This is what It's completely unfair for Shadur Sanders. If you don't want him, then get rid of him.
Well, not only that, man. The bottom line
or get rid of the coach and go forward with trying to advance a winning culture in Cleveland.
Do your job. Coach him. You're the head coach. Coach him. I don't care if you want him or not. Coach him.
Have you seen the videos?
Yeah, I've watched the whole thing.
He comes off the field. He walks to Stefanski, and he's like looking for direction.
Yeah, and he's not giving him anything.
He won't even make eye contact with the dude.
Right. Right.
The offensive coordinator did not come to him and say, hey, look, you need to tighten that throw up, or we're going to go with this. Like, just get everybody ready. We're going to run this, and, let's go tempo. They didn't coach him at all. An assistant came over and patted him on the shoulder and was trying to encourage him.
Yep.
You're going to send a guy out there with a, hey, man, keep your head. All right. Good luck. That's all you get?
Yes, Stefanski's terrible. He's been terrible, and I know a lot of people are sitting there saying at first they were trying to defend him. He didn't do it. Listen, I don't care. Don't care that you don't like somebody. Work with them. Y'all don't have to be best friends.
You don't.
Do your job. Do what you're supposed to do. When we leave here, we ain't got to talk at all. But while we in here, we going to work. We going to get it done. That's what Stefanski needs to be doing.
Even though everybody don't know that I try to hug you every day. Just tell the truth.
I wasn't talking about us, Mark.
Oh, okay. I thought you was talking about us.
I'm talking about working and how you got to get in there and get it done. And now their season is done.
But tell me, Hardge, how absurd it is.
Yeah, it's embarrassing to watch. It's embarrassing to watch.
2 weeks in a row.
3. Since he's been there.
Well, 3 weeks.
Since training camp. You tried to put him all the way down on the depth chart. Didn't want him. Okay. Showing that listen, what do they always say? Players know.
The locker room knows.
Players know. And they always are going to ride for the right
Are they going to pick it?
They ain't going to. No, he already got traded. He was the one that was probably, Pickett's gone.
No. All the players need to show up and have a coaches meeting.
They need to be like Notre Dame and just drop in there and say, we're not playing. Just drop there like Rudy.
Yeah, like Rudy. That would be so good.
Just turn it in.
This is for Rudy, coach. He can take my spot.
Yeah, get up out of here. So this is going to be
that something gets done because it's blatantly obvious. It's a black eye on the NFL, and I think it's time for the league to step in because
you can't have that happen because then that will be overstepping the boundaries of what the league is there for.
The league should give the ownership the opportunity to fix it. Hey, we have 5 games left. How many games left? 4 games left?
4, yeah.
We got 4 games left. I need y'all to fix this before we do.
The ownership has the ability to fix it. They don't want to.
Well, Haslam has to do something because
you got to do something
because you finally got the fans back on your side. The fans are back with you because you got Shador in the game.
They're spending money.
They're back. They're back because of Shador.
More than one.
We're back. Yeah. So you start looking at that. I don't know. I mean, this is kind of crazy to continue to think that this guy has a job doing the things that he's doing. And there's cameras everywhere. They see everything, and they're seeing how bad of a person this guy has turned out to be.
I can't believe him walking to the sideline and the coach gets completely, and for all of y'all at home that are looking at the feed, he completely turns his shoulder and starts talking to one of the coordinators and will not talk to his quarterback.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing as from a guy that loves football and that wants to win. Like his father has to be like really biting his tongue. We haven't heard a word from Deion, right?
Yeah, he was there yesterday.
He was there. The last 2 starts, he showed up to watch his son start a game. And he's not saying anything. This is proof that it can be done.
Right.
So the ownership has to be able to say, hey, look, I know you see what's going on. We see it too.
Somebody said Dion had him in a full Nelson in the locker room. I don't believe that's true.
I don't believe that's true either.
But breaking news. Pete Thamel of ESPN posted Texas tailback CJ Baxter intends to transfer. He will enter the portal. He was the Big 12 player, newcomer of the year in 2023. Did we see this coming?
We didn't, but with the injuries, maybe the writing was on the wall.
CJ Baxter.
They got all these young backs coming in.
Yeah, plans to enter the transfer portal. We'll have
That's
more.
sad. I like that kid.
Me too. We'll see more. I'm trying to figure out where we got some other guys locally that are talking about that, and we'll discuss it in a minute. But coming up next, we got the world's strongest man bringing you the world's strongest take right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hook 'em.
Well, good news on 183 northbound at Balcones Woods Drive. We did have debris in the road. It is now since gone. Also, the road is also cleared at 183 northbound at Anderson Mill Road. There was debris there as well. I'm Alan Craig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is furnished by Genuine.
Now you don't just hear it, you see it. iHeartRadio Highlights brings you the best show moments, the wild takes, hot reactions, and clips everybody's talking about. Search Fox Sports Radio in the iHeartRadio app to experience Fox Sports like never before.
Furnished by Genuine.
You know, starting my day off on the right foot is a big deal. I have to be on my game to give you infotainment, and that starts by taking care of my heart health. That's why I use Super Beats Heart Chews from Human. Human was actually founded right here at the University of Texas. You've probably seen their logo on the football field and on the volleyball court. Yep, that Human. These chews are clinically shown to promote healthy blood pressure and nearly 2 times more effective than just diet and exercise alone. Thanks to their unique grapeseed extract, they taste great and they're easy to take, and they become a part of my daily routine. Super Beats Heart Chews are also the #1 cardiologist recommended beet brand for heart health support. There's a special offer happening right now and even gives you a 90-day money-back guarantee. Go to human.com/Mike to check it out. That's human.com, Mike, human with 2 N's. Enter the promo code Mike at checkout and get an extra 20% off your first order. Take a simple step to support your heart health with Super Beats Heart Chews.
Every Olympic dream starts with a first glide. Through Learn to Skate USA, kids build confidence, strength, and joy on the ice. Learn to Skate USA offers programs for skaters of all ages and abilities. Find a program near you at learntosskateusa.com.
People don't listen to radio ads. While you're driving or making a sandwich, your subconscious pays full attention. So relax. Let it take over.
Sunday makes yard care simple with a custom plan based on your soil, climate, and yard size. No pesticides, no harsh stuff. 20% off. This holiday, Sunday plans are 20% off. Buy today and lock in your spring subscription. Sunday, a smarter, healthier yard.
The holiday hustle is real. The traffic, the crowds, the never-ending to-do list.
And nowhere to park. Perfect.
That's why drivers use ParkWiz. They already save up to 50% when they book ahead. This holiday season, use promo code JINGLE10 in the ParkWiz app for an extra 10% off your next reservation. Because during the holidays, every minute and every dollar counts. ParkWiz. Less circling, more celebrating. Download the ParkWiz app and use code JINGLE10 to save an extra 10% today. Offer valid through December 31st. App reservations only. Limit 1 per user.
Research shows that teens who struggle with their mental health are more likely to use drugs and alcohol. An open and honest conversation can reduce their risk. Get tips to get real at cdc.gov/freemind/parents.
Medicare's annual enrollment period is the one time each year for people to review their coverage and ensure it still works for them. Premiums, prescriptions, and provider networks can shift from year to year. With more, here's Blake Amos, Medicare expert with HealthSpring.
Medicare enrollment is an important opportunity to make sure your plan still matches your health and budget needs. Even if you are satisfied with your current coverage, it's smart to check for updates so you are not caught off guard by unexpected costs or limited access.
The Medicare annual enrollment period runs through December 7th. It's a time for people with original Medicare to consider supplemental coverage or explore Medicare Advantage plans. It's important to research and understand these different options to find the right fit.
When comparing plans, look closely at monthly premiums, deductibles, and which prescriptions are covered. Also, check that your doctors and hospitals are in network. Taking the time to compare options now helps avoid costly surprises later.
To learn more about Medicare annual enrollment, visit healthspring.com.
From the ABA Heating and Cooling Weather Center, this is Zone Weather.
Your odds-spin weather, plenty of sunshine for your Monday, a high of 60, clear tonight, a low of 35. Tuesday, sunny, a high in the upper 60s, a low of 45.
This report is sponsored by O'Keefe's Working Hands Hand Cream.
Listen, if rubbing your hands together sounds like this, you need O'Keefe's Working Hands Hand Cream. It instantly relieves extremely dry, cracked hands. O'Keefe's, look for the green package.
What's up? It's Cam Jordan. I'm back with season 3 of your favorite podcast, the Off the Edge with Cam Jordan podcast. Yeah! Tap in every Wednesday to hear conversations with my friends and stars from the NFL, the sports world in general, and entertainment about everything from teams and players making waves to pop culture. And I'll take you inside my journey through my 15th season in the NFL. Looking forward to you joining me this season, the season of more, on the Off the Edge with Cam Jordan podcast. Open your free iHeart app and search Off the Edge and start listening.
It's the Craig Way Show with Craig Way and Cameron Parker. Weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
You heard the beat drop, so that can only mean one thing. WWE Hall of Famer and world's strongest man, Mark Hamill, brings you world's strongest man. Mark. It's time for the world's strongest tape by the world's strongest man. Marcus. Back then they didn't. Now we hot. They all own. Guys, here we go. I don't normally do this,
but I'm going to take a shot at it. My take today is not just for our listeners. It's not just for you guys because, you know, a lot of times I try to inform you guys just how I'm thinking, how I'm feeling about what I see in sports. This is directly to Coach Sark. This is directly to his team and all the administrators, our friends and enemies here in Austin on UT bandwagon. We have to go into this game and be different than Coach Sark has been in years past. He is a benevolent leader. He is a respectful coach to the game. The difference between Coach Sark and other dominant coaches is they don't mind how they look when they put their foot in people's throat. Coach Sark has tact. He has a certain level of elegance to him. And he doesn't come across as a domineering figure. He comes across as a well-respected, almost preacher-like a Joel Osteen. And that comes with a level of respect, and you know who he is. My take is this. Coach Sark is going to have to drop that against Michigan. He's going to have to, get his team ready to play. And if you can score 50, what'd you say, half 100? Score half 100. Do not leave one bullet in the gun. We talked about this, all gas, no brakes. And there's still some gas in the car. I suggest that we use it, Hardge. And my message to Coach Sark and everybody is don't get mad at him when he acts out of character. He's doing it because the system has pushed him and gave him no alternative to where he can go. They tell you one thing, but they do another. So if they're not going to abide by the rules, Coach Sark, neither should you. My take is this. You go into that game, and he's so calm. I think he need to go off. I think he need to have his team fired up. Listen, guys, I know I normally come across this way, but this is what we're kicking them in the face today. We're kicking them while they're on the ground, too. And I guarantee you, there's 2 or 3 guys on that team that are going to respond to that way more than the discipline and respect. I'm not saying go out there and fight. I'm not saying go out there and be dirty. I'm saying go out there with the intent on imposing your will. What say you?
I've been saying it the whole time. I don't think you need to let up. I don't think you need to slow things down and try to make sure everybody good. No, blow them out. Blow them out every single step of the way.
Should he ever use the prevent?
No, never.
Thank you.
I mean, no. I just think that,
you get a 20-point lead. Do you start running the ball?
No, you play your game.
Play your game.
It's not your job to slow down for other people. It's for other people to try to figure out a way to slow you down. And that is the way that I was always taught. That's what we were led to believe for such a long time, of where it's like, hey, here's what we're got to do. We are all gas, no brakes. What does that mean? I need to understand what it meant, because what I thought it was, we're going to score, we're going to continue to score, and we're going to stop you from scoring. Is it all gas, no brakes? We're going to dominate in recruiting. Is it all gas, no brakes? We're going to continue to bring in the best. All of that is great. But when you step on the field and you got an opportunity to put your foot on somebody's throat, don't hesitate to do that, because that is where the separation of a dominant team or just a good team is shed to light.
Preach.
And it's because of the fact that you're playing all these great teams that you don't give them the opportunity to come back in a ball game. There is no reason why Diego Pavia and their team should have been even that close to the way that you were dominating.
Should have been a 20-point loss.
Easily.
Minimum.
And I understand.
It was
I wanted
30 to
play.
10.
Yes. And he was talking about I had to get some more guys out there. The game was still in control. No, it wasn't.
No, stop.
Get it in the fourth quarter with 3 minutes
You know
left.
you mentioned the word recruiting. You know who I want him to recruit? I don't care what his talent level or if he even started for DeSoto. Did you see Bishop? He showed respect. He went and shook the hands after they lost the game because his team did not want to go and shake hands of the team that eliminated them from the playoffs. He went and did it anyway.
Yep.
And I was like, good, that's a great kid. But you know what? There was a kid on DeSoto. He said, take your sorry losing rear end out of our sideline. Get out of here. Ran him off. Recruit him. That's who I want.
Yeah.
I want some dogs.
What you need him in? 1 foot where?
Hey, 1 foot in college and 1 foot in the penitentiary. I want some killers.
Not
literally.
Figuratively.
Well,
I want some guys that's willing to take your soul.
We ain't that school up north.
Yeah, we definitely need to truly understand what
I know
it
people
looks
laughing
like.
right now, but I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious.
You start to understand what it looks like and how it goes about because of the fact that these are the moments and the breeding grounds of what you want this school to be when it comes to football. You want people to fear playing University of Texas. You want people to fear the fact that,
I want to go to Orlando and give them the pregame fight speech.
You just trying to get to Orlando.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a free trip. Hey, man, quit putting me on Front Street.
Hey, K-Fade.
You always playing.
K-Fade. My bad. We're going to close out the show to send you to Dan Patrick. Texas men's basketball takes on Southern. and we've got Monday Night Football. That's right, folks. We got a lot to get into. We're just getting started on this week. It's going to be busy all week long because the conversations are just getting started. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Fall in Texas means one thing: Texas Longhorns football. And you won't miss a snap all season long right here on 1300 The Zone. Touchdown, Texas! Your home for the Horns. Hook 'em.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Well, good news on 183 northbound at Balcones Woods Drive. We did have debris in the road. It is now since gone. Also, the road is also cleared at 183 northbound at Anderson Mill Road. There was debris there as well. I'm Alan Craig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is furnished by Genuine.
Now you don't just hear it, you see it. iHeartRadio Highlights brings you the best show moments, the wild takes, hot reactions, and clips everybody's talking about. Search Fox Sports Radio in the iHeartRadio app to experience Fox Sports like never before.
Furnished by Genuine.
Hardball Hardge here. Austin, you like bone-in? Get the Friday lunch special at the Yellow Rose. A voluptuous 16-ounce certified Angus bone-in ribeye at the Yellow Rose for just $20. A steak so good, you'll forget to look up. Fridays at the Yellow Rose ain't just lunch. It's a feast for VIPs. Comes with a side and the best view in Austin. Get a $20 steak ribeye Fridays from noon to 9 at the Yellow Rose Cabaret. And get your weekend football action with watch parties there, too.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating.
Keep celebrating when you bundle and save with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
The world's best ski racers hit Beaver Creek for the Stiefel Birds of Prey December 4th through 7th. Watch Olympic champions and your favorite Stiefel U.S. ski team athletes race for glory in a 2026 Olympic spot. Catch NBC and CNBC coverage December 7th and 8th. 10 athletes will face the toughest job interview in fitness that will push past physical and mental breaking points. Only one will leave with an iFit contract worth $250,000. This is Trainer Games. Watch it on Prime Video starting January 8th.
Every now and then I rinse it out, and I need Downy rinse tonight, and I need it more. I can't rest the bed and the smell never leaves. I don't know what to do. I'm always in the dark. The sweat and dead short smells like a dog car. Downy rinse it tonight.
Downy Rinse fights stubborn odors in just one wash. When impossible odors get stuck in.
Rinse it out.
Hi, this is Tom McKay, owner of Audiovisual Consultations, and all of us at Audiovisual would like to wish you and your family a happy holiday season. This time of year can get a little hectic, so we want to remind you to relax, enjoy the season with your family and friends, and give us a call at 512-255-8678 for all of your home entertainment needs. This is my favorite time of the year. I love the holidays, the music, the decorations, the presents, the whole darn thing. So this year I'm asking all you listeners to help make this a special holiday for everyone. Smiles are contagious and free, so let's give them away like the government gives away your money. Let's high-five strangers on the street, hold the door for people behind us, tip your servers more than they've ever been tipped before. Give to a charity, or hell, give to a bunch of charities. If someone does a good job, tell them they did a good job. Pat someone on the butt, sing in public places just because it feels good. And as always, hug your kids until they beg you to stop. Watch some games with your friends and make love to your wife or your husband. I know there's some women listening too. You can still give us a call at 512-255-8678 if you'd like to get some cool electronics, but more importantly, have a great holiday season and a friggin' awesome next year.
As football season continues on and basketball season is taking off, there's no better place to get in on the action than BetOnline, your number one source for all things sports. BetOnline gives you more ways to play with the latest odds, breaking news, live scores, and in-game action so you never miss a moment. From pro and college football, basketball, cage fighting, and hockey futures, BetOnline has you covered. And don't forget the VIP program with exclusive level-up bonuses and weekly cash boosts. Head to BetOnline today, because at BetOnline, The game starts here.
Remember who taught you your ABCs? Who showed you kindness and sharing? That was Sesame Street. And today, Sesame Workshop is still helping children around the world grow smarter, stronger, and kinder.
But Elmo can't do it alone.
This holiday season, Sesame needs your support. Donate now at sesame.org/iHeart. That's SESAME.org/iHeart. Because the world needs Sesame, and Sesame needs you.
Elmo loves you. Thanks for making a difference.
Introducing True Earnings Checking from Austin Telco Federal Credit Union. Earnings that are almost too good to be true. Earn 5% APY on balances up to $15,000. It's simple. Just deposit at least $1,500 in new money and make 15 debit card transactions each month. No minimum balance, no monthly fees. Even if you miss the requirements. Open your account online or at any of our 24 Austin area locations. Visit atfcu.org to learn more. Rates subject to change without notice. Federally insured by NCUA.
Picture this, you're on a date and then bad breath happens. Confidence gone. Here's the truth. Most gums and mints are just bad breath Band-Aids, but not Zellman's Minty Mouth. The functional breath freshener you swallow. Tiny dual action capsules with mint on the outside, parsley seed oil inside, clinically tested to fight the toughest offenders, even garlic and onions. It's only available online. Go to Zellmans.com, Zelmins, Zellmans.com, code FRESH for 15% off.
Your one stop for advertising? Call 844-844-iHeart.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, your home for the Horns.
Another great show. It's kicking off the week. A lot to cover. We'll continue to cover this all week long. Any parts of the show, make sure you get over to the podcast page, wherever you get your podcast, and continue to follow us on all of our social media at Hardball Hardge, at we Mark. And what's your not a faker? Mark? Yeah, not a faker. Not a faker on social media, but of course, AM 1300. So much to break down. Did want to make sure that we get this out there. News have been reported. Now it's all over all of our people that cover the University of Texas. Running back CJ Baxter will now be entering the transfer portal. His intentions are to enter the transfer portal. So it makes me wonder what exactly is going to happen as Texas gets ready for this bowl game, as Texas will take on Michigan in the Cheez-It Bowl in Orlando at the Citrus Cheez-It Bowl. And that game will be December the 31st. Game will kick off at 2 o'clock. We'll give you all the information where we will be, how will we be bringing it to you, and everything else that is involved with this. So I want to get into this, Mark, because Texas men's basketball will be taking on Southern tonight. You can listen to the game right here with the voice of the Texas Longhorns, Craig Way. You can listen to Craig Way this afternoon as well from 2 to 5. But Texas men's basketball will play Southern, and then they are going on the road to take on UConn. Another big test for the Texas basketball team coming up this week. Tonight, what are you expecting to see from this basketball team that leads you to believe that they'll be ready for that matchup against UConn?
After the performance that they had, I'm looking forward to seeing them come back. And even I'm never going to qualify with even if you lose. I want to see effort.
Yep.
I want to see people diving out of bounds. I want to see people playing. If you foul out, you foul out. There's a reason that they have a limit. You're not going to foul out in one play.
Yep.
Like you got 6 options. Like play like this is the last time you're going to play. And the elite coaches in the elite game, and I know Coach Miller wants to get his team to adopt that philosophy because I've watched him and his career. All his teams have always been like that. They've been very scrappy and we just said that about University of Texas football.
Yep.
Like we got to stop being so respectful to everybody that it dummies us down. That's the only way that I can equate it, Hardge, is we respect people too much. I want these players to go out and represent their coach and go out there and represent the University of Texas like they want to win and like they represent their family. You know, you got that speech when you used to leave the house, when you used to go into a store. Hey, don't embarrass me. Go in here and act like you got some sense and don't start no trouble. That's great. But when you cross the line, you need to drop mama and daddy's philosophy and become a warrior. Yeah. I want to see a warrior mentality from these guys.
Well, this is the time that we are looking at. And, you know, Sean Miller, as you talked about, he's one of those coaches that has had success everywhere he goes. And the fact that he had mentioned about embarrassment, he was ashamed, and his team needs to lock in and lock out, just like Jordan Pope. Jordan Pope said the same thing. He said, I'm disappointed for what we showed to our fans.
And they apologize.
And they apologize.
Apologizing is over.
Yep.
Now go do something.
Now you got to go out and play and execute the way that you need to do it when you go out there. And so we'll see what ends up happening tonight. And then, of course, obviously, you get a chance to go to UConn and take on those guys in a big matchup. Tonight, we got NFL football. We have the Eagles and the Chargers tonight. The Eagles are a 2.5-point favorite on the road as they get ready to take on the Chargers. The Chargers are a team that I don't know who they are. I really don't know who they are. You go from thinking you figured them out and what their expectations are to now you start to look at them and say, all right, is Jim Harbaugh not getting it done? What about what's going on with Justin Herbert? They're the favorite quarterback. They are 8-4, and I'm still confused at who they are.
Are they good enough is the thing. Like sometimes they play in a way that they look like they're one of the best teams in the league. And then those 4 losses, they look like New Orleans.
Yep.
They look like the worst team in the league.
Won yesterday, man.
I know they won. That's crazy, especially being when they trying to lose.
Yeah, exactly.
You know how you know how bad your coaches got to be to lose to the team that's trying to lose?
You got to be bad.
You got to be bad.
You got to be bad.
Hey, Hardge, man, like you know, the Austin Sports Awards is coming up.
Yep.
December 17th. You know, I'm one of the hosts. I'm going to be, you know, making cracking jokes on people in the crowd. It's going to be a fun night. There's still tickets available.
Okay.
There's still tickets available. I want people to go out, go to austinsportsawards.com. Myself and the great UT legend, Fran Harris, will be the 2 hosts. And you put both of us in a room together, it's going to be a good night. So show up, guys. Go on the Austin Sports Awards website, the social medias, and get those tickets. Come out and see us. And we want y'all to see what Austin's greatest athletes and moments look like.
I like that. So it is what day? December what?
It's December 17th.
That's a big opportunity for a lot of people that are out there. We were in the voting. We don't know what's going to happen.
I'm gonna have to go sit down in the crowd when the category comes out. Best TV sports show in Austin and best radio show in Austin. I'm gonna leave Fran on stage and go come sit out in the crowd with you,
so you can go back in there and pick it up.
Yeah, because I'm gonna walk down just so I can walk back.
Yeah, it's gonna take you a while to get down and back.
Oh wow, man! See, come on, man.
Is that true?
I'm gonna take my medicine.
Yeah, please do.
Are you gonna do a Scarface speech?
Who put this thing together? Me. That's who. Who do I trust? Me.
Say goodnight to the bad guy. Say goodnight to the bad guy. How did your event go this past weekend?
It went great, man. Like the first time my wife went to a show. So we had a good time in Miami. Art Basel is going on, so like it was Miami was a zoo.
Nice. Well,
thanks for asking.
Hey, no problem, man. We're gonna make sure all this stuff continues. Make sure you tune in to the Craig Way Show this afternoon, starting from 2 to 5. And of course, make sure you tune in to Texas men's basketball versus Southern with the voice of the Texas Longhorns, Craig Way, and Eddie Orn. And of course, our guy Cam Parker will be on site. Monday Night Football, Chargers and the Eagles. Come on, Chargers, beat the Eagles. So it'll be a little bit closer for the Cowboys that might be able to sneak up in there. For Mark Henry, for Marcus, I'm Hardball Hardge. And just remember this, don't believe everything you see, because even salt looks like sugar. Peace.
Thanks to Total Wine, you saved more on all the gifts for the ones you adore. Wine, spirits, beers, all nestled on shelves. Got some advice from our helpful elves. Oh, so